You know, I'm all for dyeing things green, but this is going a bit too far, don't you think?
It's art time with Mr. Mayberry. Let's get busy.
Happy St. Patrick's Day and welcome to Art Time with Mr. Mayberry. Monochromatic is a large word made up of two smaller words. Mono, which means one, and chroma, which means color. If you put them together, you get monochromatic, variations of one color. Today we're going to start with the base color of green and add black to it to get darker versions of green. A darker version of a color is called a shade. Now let's get started. It's time to make some art. Okay, for this project you might want to wear an apron to cover your clothes so you don't get paint on your clothes. Also, I've covered my work surface here with just an old piece of paper. You can use newspaper, any kind of paper that you don't mind getting messed up. That just keeps the work surface from getting paint on it in case you go off the edges. And then also I'm using a 9 by 12 piece of paper, a little heavier weight so that it can take the paint. It takes the paint better than paper that's too lightweight. And I've got a flat brush, a number 4. Now you can use any size that you want, but just so that it'll work for the size paper and the drawing that you have. I've also got a paper towel to clean up my hands and any other messes there that I might be able to wipe off. And I'm using today green paint and black paint. We'll be mixing those together. We'll talk about that in just a second. And then I've also got a sponge, a wet sponge, in case I have any bigger spills I need to clean up. I'm going to start off this picture with a pencil today, and I'm going to be drawing in the middle of the paper. I'm going to draw a shamrock, which is basically 3 heart-shaped leaves. So I'm going to start right here and draw top leaf. Now you don't want to make this too small, but you don't want to make it super big. If you make it super big, you won't have as much room to try different colors of paint. Different shades. If you have it too small, then it'll take you a lot longer to complete. So you want something about that size, kind of a medium size. And I'm putting mine here in the center of your page. Now you can also put it off to the side if you'd like. You might try, in fact, in a different spot, and it'll have a neat effect when we do the next part here. Now, I'm going to go around this and make some sections that outline the shamrock. And I'm making these sections, it looks like about 3/4 of an inch. You don't have to measure this to be exact, but I'm trying to give you a reference here so that you'll know about how big to draw the line, or how much space to leave. So there's one. I'll make another row and just keep radiating out from the center around the outside edge, the contour. Until you go off the edge of the paper. You just want to fill your paper with this design. Okay, now we're ready to paint. And to start off with, I'm just going to use the base color of green and paint the shamrock this color. Now what I'm going to do is make a darker version of green. The green is on the plate, it looks pretty dark. In the paper it doesn't look quite as dark, but I'm going to make it a little bit darker for each of these rings. And I'm going to start here in the middle So it'll be close to the original, but then it's gradually, as it goes out, it's going to get darker and darker and darker and darker until we get to the very edge. And when you mix two colors together, you always want to take the darker, whatever color is darkest, and add it to the lighter color. So in this case, I'm taking black and I'm adding it to green to make it darker. So I'm going to take a scoopful here and then mix it in with my green. You don't want it super dark to begin with, because then you'll have nowhere to go. So you just take a little at a time and mix it in thoroughly, and then we'll paint the next round here. Okay, so that's one. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the rest, but I'm doing the same process for each of these rings. I'm going to add a scoop of black to the green each time that I go do another ring, and I'm going to do that all the way out to the end. So I'll speed up this process a little bit so you can see what I'm doing, but it won't take you as long to watch. Okay, I got here to the end, and the colors I was mixing, I ran out of the colors, so I'm just adding black to the plate, and now just finishing off the rest of the picture on the outer edge here with just a straight black color. Okay, so now the whole surface of the paper is covered. I'm just going to let that dry and see how it goes from being really bright green till it fades to black on the outside. So we've got a monochromatic picture where we're taking green and showing different shades of green all the way out to the edge there. You could try for something different. Instead of going from around the Shamrock from green and getting darker, you could actually start with the green in the middle and then have your different shades leading up to the center, and that would be a neat effect also. Okay, don't forget to clean up your work surface if you've spilled any paint. Wash your hands, of course, and before that even, let's make sure you clean your paintbrush out. You don't want to leave paint in the paintbrush because these are meant to last quite a while if you take good care of them. So make sure you clean your brushes out and then clean your hands up and let the painting dry. And this is our project for today, a monochromatic green painting of a shamrock. Well, now that you know how to make a monochromatic painting using green, why not try another color? Thanks for taking time to come to the art room today, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
You know, being green's really not that hard.